Well, my last confessional, I was voted out tonight and not expected at all, but that's what you call a blindside. So I'm a little bummed, but so Danielle approached Sneha and I with a plan to get out Robin. She told us immediately she had a compass and she wanted to make a big move. And both Sneha and I said, if we have one more person go out on our side, then that would be 4-3, and that was way too close. So we both pretty much convinced her to vote for Carl. And basically, she voted for Carl, and I was the person that went home. She played her compass. No one even voted for her, and it was my name. So kind of surprised because Robin saved me. So I thought like there was like maybe a little loyalty there, even though the next vote I was gonna vote him out, if that's what they decided. So let's talk about Danielle for a little bit. That girl's crazy, okay? So Danielle is just so like loud and out there. So to me, she would have been the target. She's just really vocal about things. And so I thought if I just kind of lay low a little bit, they're gonna see that. So guess who walks out with a compass in their pocket? That would be me. I had found a compass yesterday and I was super excited. I didn't know someone else had one, but she obviously had one. So I was super bummed at the thought of having to use it and then now walking away with it in my pocket. I thought one more time I can go. And I always said I would never be a person that walks out with something in their pocket, and it was me. So I guess it is what it is. I had a blast. Quite honestly, I hope to see Trent or Jordan next. To me, they are major threats in this game. So I really hope that people are seeing that they are threats. And if they're willing to flip, they're gonna flip again. So when you have people that are kind of like wild cards and you don't know what they're gonna do and they've made big moves, get them out. So that's who I hope to see next. And you can say it's bitter, but hey, they're the people who voted me out. And I thought we were tight, so obviously we weren't. So we'll see. Anyway, it was a blast. Bring me back in the game. I would love to play some more, play again. But anyway, who do I want to win? Let's talk about that. Sneha. I want Sneha to win. She was loyal, and I really feel like she's super smart. That's who I hope to see win.
Rolling up like the sun's really bright. I don't know, I had to do something. Guess what? Your girl found a compass. Boom! Baby boom! Explosion! Fireworks! Everything! Oh my gosh. I don't even care if I sound annoying right now. I have been looking for this compass. I was talking to the other players in the parties who I kind of trusted to kind of see where their vibes were with them. And they made some good points with certain things that I definitely held on to in my search. And I didn't last night I looked forever and I finally gave up. My baby was crying all night. I couldn't look. And then this morning she was crying again, and finally settled her down and thought, hey, like, let's spend a little bit of time searching for this compass. And boom, what do? I find the freaking compass. Oh man, this is crazy. Last Crossroads, 3 votes got put on to me. I really don't want to use this compass so soon, but if I'm feeling any, like, the thing that sucks is I wasn't even feeling worried at that last Crossroads. I did not expect them to put their votes on me. That was a little bit shocking. I guess I feel like the other party might think I'm controlling things when really I don't believe that's been the case whatsoever. Lainey was trying to point out that she thinks that Robin and Arliana have been on the bottom. I think Robin's been on the top, to be absolutely honest. In fact, I think all the girls from Kibo are trying to be like Robin's best friend. Even myself, I've said some things. I wouldn't mind continuing working with Robin, but at this point in the game, he's got the best resume for sure, especially making that move to save Arliana. So he's definitely going to be a threat. One of the votes didn't go on to him, onto me. They went on to Robin. Now, I'm pretty sure that wasn't Michael. I think that Trent might have voted Robin instead of myself, but I'm definitely going to find out who, if it was Michael or if it was somebody else. I feel like Trent really does want to work with me, and I did really want to work with him from the beginning, so there's definitely some talk to be had there. You know, out of Kibo, like out of anyone, I'm pretty sure that I would be the one that would flip, which is the funny part, that they're going to Robin and Arliana of all people. Like, Robin says he's gonna stick true, right? Arliana also is like a true type of player. I think maybe she'd flip. It'd be dependable, but I think Robin would eventually flip. But I mean, they're controlling everybody, so, or well, Robin is for sure, so he has no reason to flip when he's running things the way he wants them to go. I think Robin's sticking tight with Carl. Either Robin thinks it's going to be easy to get to the end of the game with all the women, or he's going to realize he needs to get rid of some girls, because there is a lot, the men are definitely getting outnumbered right now. If nobody else is seeing that, they're blind. I mean, for me, that's really good. Men have a lot of physical comps, even though these comps aren't too physically demanding. If there was some, men can definitely hold their own a lot more than most of the women can athletically, in my opinion. I got the comments out. I don't want to use it tonight. I just really hope I feel comfortable enough to keep that in my grasp. But if I don't, I'll use it. They've got to come out with some more clues to find another one, and then I'll just have to find another one if that's the case. The one thing that's good, though, is that they did put the votes on me yesterday, and I didn't say I would use a compass. So if they thought I possibly had it, then that probably took away some worry there, if there was anyone thinking that. Did I think I was gonna find it? No. But let's backtrack to the beginning here. Jon Snow ended up leaving, and you know, I didn't even know where I was standing fully with Jon Snow. You know, like I said, he lost my trust when he told me that everybody was going after me. I guess I won't truly know until I watch back if people were spouting my name other than just Robin, but I feel like it was just Robin, and I've already said what I think about that. Robin went over and made that move, and he got John out instead of Arliana. That was a great move, especially for me, because not that I wouldn't continue to working with John, because I would have definitely considered it, but John is... he's messing with my head, because I don't know if he was really trying to screw me over, or if we were trying to work together, because he made it seem like he was trying to screw me over. So it was a hard place for me. So him being gone just makes things a lot easier for my brain. I really want to stick tight with Sneha, but I don't know what her deal is. I feel like she's trying to be super tight with Robin and Jordan, and I don't know if that's going to work out with her for the long run. Me and Jordan and Sneha are obviously going to be targets, and I'm thinking it's going to be me. If Jordan doesn't win immunity, though, I think people will try to take a shot at her. So that would be good for me if she doesn't win any immunities. I would consider flipping and getting her out as well, because she is doing really good at challenges. Like, people do need to make moves, and I totally agree. But it has to be the right time. And again, last night wasn't a good time. There was still, Michael and Carl and Robin and even Trent for that matter, as males, are all strong males. I feel like I could beat most of the women at most things. Also, the memory challenge, I have a photogenic memory. I went out of that early, totally on purpose. I can memorize, you tell me a list of 35 people to plus names, I can memorize a list boom. I am really good at memory and strategy. So that was strategy on my part. Yes, I wanted immunity, but I also didn't think I was going to be in trouble last night. Like I said, I was really shocked to get those 3 votes. So that definitely put a little bit more reality in, but Kibo did stay strong like I knew they probably would. So I didn't end up having to worry about that. I definitely probably won't be making that mistake in the future because we are down to such low numbers. I'll be gunning for immunity moving forward from now, especially. I don't want to take the risk of not getting it, but I did want to seem a little stupider than people make me out to believe, but I'm pretty sure they think I'm a threat anyways. Why would you try to vote out the bottom of a tribe or a party? You wouldn't. Or I don't think you would anyways, because that would be silly. So they must think I'm running the show, which is crazy. I mean, it's cool. It's good. I mean, like, I love it. If it's legit and that's why they tried to get me out, I think that's awesome. But if they got me out because they thought I was at the bottom for some reason, like, that wouldn't make sense to me. So, I don't know. But I can't wait to watch back what everybody's thoughts are. And, yeah, that's awesome. I definitely know I talk a lot, which can, I think, get me in trouble as to where people are thinking possibly that I am a little bit higher up in the totem pole than I truly really am. I wish I was at the top, man. I wish I could be like, yeah, I'm running the show, but I definitely do not think I'm running the show. I think that my influence is very minimal. Yesterday, like I said, was just searching for the compass the whole time. And, you know, looking at the clues and everything I've gotten, it paid off because I got a compass. And I'm going to end it at that because this is already long. But hey, guys, can't wait for tonight. See y'all soon.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to start from, like, the crossroads that Lainey just won. So I'm going to act like that just happened. The first one that she won. Okay. All right. So Lainey just won exemption. I'm kind of sad because I was right there. Was like she beat me by 1 point. But hey, it's okay. Congratulations to her on her win. So we get back to camp and I'm kind of ready to make a big move, but it's like, should I do it or should I not do it? If I make a big move, then I know that that's definitely going to put a target on my back. I know moving forward, it's going to be like a fight. So everyone in the original Shibo tribe wants to get rid of KF or Trent. I was kind of cool with that at the beginning, but then I was like, I'm not just gonna play that game. You know, I actually want to make some big moves and stuff like that. That's just playing it safe. And honestly, I've been playing it safe this entire time. So it's time to start building my resume and getting ready for Final 3, hopefully. So I have a chat with Robin, and I kind of like bring up like, hey, we should do something tonight because honestly, we've been playing it safe. And so he brings, like, I think he asked, like, who? And I was like, Arliana. But I was like, it can be anybody else. But I want Arliana. He didn't know that. Well, he probably did. But I kind of, like, pushed her name a lot because I knew that if she was in the jury, and I feel like she would vote for me. But also, I wanted to get rid of her as well because she is a good player. She talks to everybody. And so it's like she just has to go. So I talked to Robin, and I'm like, hey, yeah, we should go talk to Trent, Lainey, and KF and try to make this happen. And so he's like, yeah, let's go talk to them. We'll stay in the room with them the entire time until Crossroads, just to make sure that nobody else gets in their ear. So we did that. We get to Crossroads, and it feels weird. Like, Danielle is so paranoid. Like, she's getting really paranoid for no reason, and she thinks that she's the vote tonight. And KF did a good job of making her feel that way. Because, hey, he had me thinking that she was going home tonight, too. Everyone votes, and Docs ask if anybody has an advantage that they want to play. And surprisingly, Danielle has an advantage. She plays a compass that I didn't know about. And when she played it, I was like, if the votes are going the way that I want them to go tonight, you just wasted a compass. And you just showed us like that you couldn't, like, you had it this whole time and no one knew about it. So that's kind of like sketchy too, even though that's what you're supposed to do. But hey, that's sketchy. You're supposed to let me know. So she plays it and she does not have one single vote for her. All the votes, majority of them went to Arliana. So Arliana goes home tonight. She went home. And so I'm like, dang, we flushed an idol and we got rid of somebody that I think was like a threat. So, hey, I wasn't complaining. So we go straight into the next exemption challenge, and I had no shot. That challenge was tough. And honestly, I thought at the beginning that I would be really good at this one, but I guess not. Lainey ends up winning the next exemption challenge, and I kind of didn't want that to happen, but hey, you gotta move forward. So we get back to camp, and I wanted to try to smooth things over with Sneha and Danielle and try to, like, you know, reel them back in, but I don't think that neither one of them were buying it. And we kind of left them, me and Robin left them out on the vote, and we did that on purpose just in case that they were to tell Arliana, but it kind of backfired on us. But hey, what am I gonna do about it? So we talked to Trent, and hopefully Trent will vote with us tonight. So we get to Crossroads, and the vote tonight is supposed to be for Danielle. That's the easy vote. And the only reason that we were voting for her is because she had a compass, no one knew about it, and then she keeps saying that she has like this double compass or something like that. And no one's buying it, and she just put a target on her back. Like, honestly, I would have wanted to work with her, but I can't just be like, hey, no, I don't want to get rid of her. I want to get rid of somebody else. So Danielle goes home tonight. And when we get back, we go straight into the exemption challenge once again. And I had no shot again. And I knew that challenge, my butt was going to be on the line, me and Robin. But I couldn't even make it past the first round, which sucks. And KF ended up winning that challenge. Congratulations to KF, I guess. But after the challenge, we go straight to base camp, and me, Robin, and Trent were talking. I talked to Sneha. I basically got to talk to everybody. I knew that Sneha wasn't going to vote with me because Sneha did not trust me at all. And honestly, I wouldn't trust me either. But I mean, she was at the bottom. But hey, she wiggled her way around, and I guess she played a better game than me. Hey. But so we talked to Trent, and I'm pretty sure that Trent was set on voting with us. I talked to Lainey, and I hope that Lainey's voting with us because we did save her. She could have, we saved her and KF. They could have been gone a while ago, but we saved them. And yeah, we get to Crossroads, and it's kind of like crazy, you know. Everything that happened was crazy. Everyone votes. Doc asked everyone if they have an advantage, they'd like to play it. And surprisingly, Robin has an advantage that I did not know of. So I'm thinking that Robin must have got a compass when we were all at base camp trying to like struggle to get votes together. Cause I think he went to a clue room and got a compass. And I was in the clue room to get a compass, but I was so busy trying to like talk to other people that when I got in the clue room, I was like, I don't have time for this. And I should have made time for it. But hey, what am I going to do about it? I can't change things now. Robin plays a compass, and I'm shocked. And as soon as Robin plays a compass, KF tells Lainey, play it. Lainey plays a compass for Sneha. And at that moment, my stomach dropped because it was kind of obvious that it was me. Because me and Robin have been labeled as like big threats and a payer this entire game, which we have been. And so I was like, dang, it's going to be me. And when the votes started going down, It was obvious. They put 3 votes on Robin. If Robin wouldn't have played a compass, he would have went home. They played 3 votes on Robin. Me and Robin voted for Sneha, and there was 1 vote left. And that 1 vote was me. I can't be mad because that was a good move. I did not, like, I saw it. I feel like I saw it coming, but I didn't want to believe it. And yeah, I can't be mad. That was a great play. Hopefully Robin kicks their butt. I'm rooting for Robin, you know. That's been my day one. So hopefully he can pull it off. And yeah, this game, it's wild. And hopefully I'll get to play it again. And the next time that I play, it'll be a different Jordan playing. Like, it'll be a completely different Jordan. Now that I know, yeah, I'm playing this game completely different next time if I have the chance. All right, guys. I just decided to make this quick confessional real quick, you know. I was thinking about this all night and it could not get off of my head about who I want to take with me. Because honestly, I had to think about it a lot. This is my board so far. So, original Kibo, original Shira. This is the order that I want people to leave. This is the order. And this is who I want to take with me. So I don't really know how it's all going to play out. But hopefully it plays in the way that I want it to. You know how there's the Queen of Survivor? Well, I'm going to be the Queen of Expedition. Whether people know it or not. If it doesn't work out this time, it will work next time. So I hope these players are ready because it's about to get crazy.
Yo, what is up? I'm on a freaking high right now. Okay, so, okay, I'm gonna, for the first time, trying to be like, go chronologically tonight, okay? So basically, we go in, it's voting time, as I expected. Well, we have to strategize, and then it's voting time. And as I expected, I was one of the options. It was obvious, and it had to be me. Somehow, at some point, I got freaked out by Jordan's answer to my question during Crossroad, and I reacted. And I'm not mad I reacted. It was entertaining. It was fun. It was also good to let it out and not hold something in, as I feel like I've had to do throughout most of the game so far, not to be able to fully express my range of emotions because I don't want to give too much. I don't want to be misconstrued or have that be used against me. And so to be able to be irrational for a split second and not have to pay consequences for it immediately felt gratifying in a way. That being said, when the minute we got back to the base camp, I realized what I had just done, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hide the fact that it was me who voted for Robin, and I'm gonna tell him why, and it was because of the Jordan answer. I was probably like, that fire was probably fanned by Sneha and Danielle a little bit. They definitely, speaking of brouiller les pistes, they definitely like scrambled, like they definitely confused me as to how they definitely like confused how much, how can I say this? It's getting late, so I apologize, and I'm still riding a little bit of a high. I'm probably gonna crash very soon, but like they definitely made me question my relationship to Jordan and to Robin, because I was willing to go with strong competitors to the end because I felt like they were my day zeros, and they shook me. They were like, Robin has a great resume. And then I asked Jordan that question at the second crossroad, and I was not happy with the answer. So I tried to make something happen. It didn't happen, probably because I didn't articulate or I didn't whip my votes enough. Honestly, I think I'm a whip, like politically speaking. I whip some votes and I whip them live, and it's really fun. I really enjoy doing that. And it's super confusing. I think people get confused. I get confused by it a little bit. I talk out of my ass most of the time, but I'm enjoying it. Anyways, so didn't work. And it was still Danielle that got voted out. I was okay with that. She was, I don't want to say dispensable. I like honestly, like I feel like my vocabulary needs to be adjusted because people are not dispensable. Like within the game, the confines of the game, I could do without Danielle, and I was okay with seeing her go because it didn't affect me the game that much. That being said, time for the challenge. And your boy's freaking out because your boy cannot get the audio to be working so that he can listen to the guidelines. So I did that challenge blind, which totally freaked me out. And I ended up winning. What the fuck? Like, I didn't even get to practice. Well, it's a good thing I didn't practice because I was out of breath by the end of that. It was crazy. Like, wow. Wow. And I win. Like, wow. Anyways, then we go scramble, we go through the planning of everything. I confront Jordan. I talk to Robin. I confront Jordan. Honestly, I feel like it wasn't fully satisfactory, but then at that point I also realized that I needed to start building my resume because Robin has, and Robin wants to take me to the end. If he wants to take me to the end, it's gonna be a competition. He may not want to take me to the end anymore, but I need to start playing to win, and that's what I did. I played to win tonight, and hopefully, the jury, will appreciate that. And the move, like I suspected Robin had the freaking compass. I asked him about it, and he said he didn't. He acted as surprised, and I suspected it. And so I knew that I had to plan. I had to put a vote on someone else just in case that happened. The question was I going to stick to Robin and Jordan, or was I going to get rid of the other? And I got rid of Jordan. I feel really bad about it because I'm realizing that at this point, my day zeros are my enemies. The only day zero that I have left is Lainey, and Lainey is like a cross between a day zero and a day one. We met on day zero. It went fine. On day one, I kind of wanted to get rid of her, but then I'll own up to the fact that I didn't because someone else was like, let's vote for someone else. And I was like, you know what? I want to prove myself to these people that I don't know as well, so I'll go for that. But in the process, I got to find out that Lainey is like the best partner that I could ever ask for. She's loyal, she's smart, and she communicates well. She has been my lifesaver in this game, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I owe my life in the game to her, not just in the sense that we're working really well together and we're doing she's allowed me she herself has allowed me to do these big moves because of like the what she brings to the table, but also like to know that I have that person there has been really, really good. And like that's why it kind of makes me want to keep going, because you know what, we're gonna go to the end together. I'm gonna do my best to take her to the end with me. Obviously I will not let it stop me. So if there's a point where I have to make a decision, I'll choose me, because that's what the game is about. I'll feel horrible about it, just like I just felt really horrible about Jordan, but I'm gonna do my best. Like, I meant it when I said Jordan and Robin were my day zeros. I meant that, but I just got really sketched out, and I think I'm allowed to feel sketched out, and I shouldn't apologize for it, but I do feel really bad about it, but that's the game. Anyways, lots to be learned today, and hopefully lots of game left to be played, and I'm just having a blast. This video is super long, but I don't freaking care because tonight was fucking high. I loved it.
I mean, I can't lie, these last two votes these past 2 days have been super, super easy. I haven't felt nervous. After the last confessional that I did, I talked about how I was planning on getting Robin on my side and playing my compass on Carl. Luckily, I didn't have to do that, which was good. But I got Robin and Jordan on my side, which kind of is good because it feels like the whole game just like flipped on its head. They basically locked me, Carl, and Trent in rooms and just essentially said, we're not leaving, we're voting Ariana. And I felt a little bit weird about it because I didn't know how, like, I felt like it was just like, I don't like how he's controlling the game, and you know, but like, you know, it's one vote. Okay, so we go to Crossroads and Docs basically mentions the buddy system. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not being a part of that. This is the one vote that I will accept that, because obviously me, Carl, and Trent were screwed. So we ended up voting out Ariana, felt good about it. And then we went to the next exemption challenge, and I actually ended up winning, which was a shock. And I felt pretty good about it, actually. And we basically kind of came to the conclusion that we had to get Danielle out next. So that's what we did. And once we got Danielle out, I mean, I feel pretty good right now. I feel like I'm in a good place. I feel like I'm making good moves. I still have a compass in my pocket. And I mean, I wish I had something to worry about, but I don't. Well, it's kind of good that I don't have anything to worry about, but you know, I feel like I'm in a good place in this game. I definitely don't want to take Robin or Carl to the end. They're probably the two other biggest threats in the game. I think that if I was to sit next to two people, it would probably be Sneha or Trent. I mean, yeah, so we're just kind of, you know, going with the flow and seeing where the wind takes us right now, I guess.
So I guess I should start off by talking about my compass. A couple of nights ago, we were running a little late with filming, and we were asked if we wanted to stay and do the challenge and do Crossroads, or if we wanted to stop for the night and come back the next day. And at that point, I had 5 clues, 2 that I had gotten myself and 3 that were given to me by other people, mostly Danielle. So I said that I wanted to stop. It was an anonymous thing, so I don't know if I was the only one, but I wanted to stop because I wanted to search for the compass. And about an hour or so, so we stopped, and then about an hour or so later, I found the compass. So going into the next round, I felt a lot more comfortable than I was before. That was part of the decision to turn against Ariana. The other part of that was that I really felt like if we were going to continue to do the Kibo 5, myself, Jordan, Ariana, Sneha, and Danielle, that if there ever was a move made within our group, I thought it was going to be against me. So the turning on Ariana was kind of like a preemptive sort of thing, just to stop that from happening. The big mistake that Jordan and I made was not cluing in and including Sneha on the vote. I think she took that really personally, and rightfully so. I mean, really, there was no reason for me to believe that I couldn't trust Sneha. She had even told me in the past during the Austin vote that she would be open to making a move when the time was right. So that was definitely a huge, huge, huge mistake. After that, we voted out Danielle. She had a target just because people found out that she had already played these types of games before and that she had made it really far. She also kind of exposed herself by using her compass and showing that she knew how to find a compass. And she played it incorrectly, thankfully. So, yeah, Danielle went next, and in that vote, it was a 4-3 vote, and I was the 3 votes. So I knew that going into the next vote, if I didn't win exemption, that I was almost for sure going to use my compass on myself. We did the marshmallow challenge, and I think I lost by 3 or 4 marshmallows to Carl. He did a great job. I thought I was doing a great job, and he ended up beating me. So as soon as we got back to camp, I started trying to rally the troops to try and move the vote to Sneha, and I had a conversation with Carl. The whole plan really was hinging on the fact that Carl would go along with it, so that it would be myself, Jordan, Carl, and Lainey voting together. And in that last conversation with Carl, I don't know what it was, maybe just the way he was talking to me or his mannerisms or something, I just got the sense that he wasn't so sure, and I ended up being right. I don't know if this is something that Carl has been planning for a long time, you know, just to string me along and make it seem like we're really close and we're going to work together and then flip on me later on, or if what happened with Jordan at the Danielle crossroads really actually freaked him out that much. But either way, I just was not getting good vibes from Carl in that conversation. I wasn't getting good vibes from him at crossroads. So we voted. Myself and Jordan voted for Sneha. Sneha, Carl, Lainey, and Trent in some combination put 3 votes on me and 1 vote on Jordan. I used my compass for myself, and then which I'm so happy I did, because obviously I wouldn't be in the game anymore if I didn't. But they made a great play by waiting for me to play my compass, and then they played theirs on Sneha. So the one remaining vote was Jordan, and Jordan was eliminated from the game. So I, in a few rounds, went from what I honestly thought was the top of the game to probably the bottom. You know, looking at the way things are right now, I'm probably at the bottom. But I'm not going to give up. My number one goal going into the next round is to win exemption. And then my next goal after that is to convince Sneha and Trent that the best opportunity for either of us to win the game is by going to the final 3 with each other. Because I really think that Carl and Lainey are winning the game right now. And to be honest, that pitch for me isn't going to be hard to make, because I really deep down will be telling the truth, because I really do actually think that that's the truth. That if Carl or Lainey are in the final 3 at the end, that they will win. So that's my goal for today. I'm going to try and flip it back on Carl and Lainey. Trent, who doesn't put himself out there that much, said that there's going to be a lot of flip-flopping. So he flip-flopped against me. I'm hoping that he flip-flops back against them. So we're going to try and make that happen. I think that if I can swing this vote and make it go on either Lainey or Carl, I think I've got a really good shot of winning the game. But we'll see. The last thing that I want to say, just in case I end up being right, is that I've just been getting this sneaking suspicion that we may not be headed to a final 3 and that we may actually be headed to a final 2. Looking at it right now, if we were a final 3, there would be 6 people on the jury, and that to me is a small jury. Number 1. Number 2, it's an even number, which I know is not uncommon for Survivor, but it just seems weird that we would do an even number. And then the other thing is that the way that these things are being filmed, we've fallen behind on filming. And so in theory, what we're doing next should have been done long ago. So it's weird that there would be all this filming time left just for one challenge and one crossroads. So I feel like we might be going towards a final 2 and not a final 3. I just wanted to put that out there in case it ends up coming true. And if it doesn't, then I'll look like an idiot. It won't be the first time in this game that I look like an idiot. Yeah. So a lot of work to do. And yeah, we're getting ready to go and do that work.
So none of what I thought would happen happened today. None of my plans worked today. And day 4 of Expedition Online, I lost some of my biggest allies. We started with a crossroads. And going into the crossroads, I was worried because, you know, we had so much time in between the last elimination and this crossroad to really think about what we want to do going forward individually. And I was worried that one of our own would turn on us, on each other, meaning one of the Kipo people would turn on Kipo. Did I think that they would turn on Arliana? No. Do I think it was too early to turn on one of our own? Yes. But hey, it was a good move. My plan going into that crossroads was to see if the Shira party had a compass. And if they did, I wanted them to use it on Carl, and then all of us vote out Trent. So this was the plan that I had discussed with Arliana, Robin, Jordan, and myself. And I think we all agreed that plan was a go. And then Arliana left the chat because Danielle was on her own, and Arliana wanted to make sure that Danielle didn't feel left out, especially out of our own party. So Arliana left the chat, and it was just Robin, Jordan, and I. And Jordan said that she felt like Carl was a bigger threat than Trent, so we should vote out Carl instead of Trent. They're both huge threats. Either one to go would have been fine, and it would have been better for us to have taken out one of Shira rather than one of Kibo's, because, I mean, it's still a numbers game after that. It's not, you can't just win the game with one other person. So then Robin told me to go into a chat with Carl and Lainey and see where their head's at and see what they're thinking. I did that because I did want to see where their head's at. Had I realized that Robin and Jordan were going to cook up a plan to backstab one of our own, the chat with Carl would have gone a lot differently. Because when I went into the chat with Carl and Lainey, they asked if I wanted to work with them. And I did. But I hadn't talked to Danielle or Arliana. And in order to execute any plan at that point, I would have needed both Danielle and Arliana. So I told Lainey and Carl, let me talk to people and come back. But sadly, Robin and Jordan got to Carl and Lainey before I could come back. And it was well executed by Robin and Jordan. Don't get me wrong. They had a plan. They made sure that buddy system that Rob created in Survivor worked, where Robin held Carl and Lainey in one chat, and Jordan held Trent in one chat, told them the plan, and told them not to leave the chat and not to tell us. You know, it was well executed. And Do I wish that before I had left the chat with Carl and Lainey that I had told them to watch out for Robin? Yes, of course, because Robin has always been a target of mine. But I knew that Jordan and Robin had a solid alliance. And if I ever wanted to make a move against Robin, Jordan couldn't know, or she would have to know at the last minute. Just because she would try to save Robin. And Jordan, Arliana, and myself had a 3-person alliance. So I was sticking strong with Jordan, Arliana, and myself. And then I was also sticking strong with Danielle because those were the only alliances that I made in this game. Do I think it was the right time to take out one of our own? And I still don't think taking out Arliana was the right time to take out one of our own party. Because what Robin and Jordan did was they blindsided 3 of their own party members. And so obviously the people that they blindsided are going to feel threatened and at the bottom and not want to work with you. So I don't understand what Robin thought when, not Robin, what Jordan thought when, after voting on Arliana, she comes to me and she's like, well, I didn't want to tell you because we were worried that you would tell Arliana. And of course, that was a valid worry because I would have saved Arliana before I would have let her go. Because I know Arliana would have never voted for me. And I knew Arliana would have never voted for Jordan either. So that's what I don't understand why Jordan did what she did. Because she had no reason to take out Arliana. Arliana would have never voted out Jordan. So, like, she just played into Robin's hand. And it cost her, I guess, because, I mean, she's no longer in the game. Jordan, I mean, she's out now. But, and if I had known that they were going to vote up for Arliana, I would have told Danielle to throw her compass onto Arliana instead of herself. And then I would have told Danielle, Arliana, and myself to vote out Robin. Because, I mean, why are you making a move against us and not telling us? It only seems fair to come back. I just don't understand what Jordan thought. How Jordan thought that she could repair any kind of relationship with me after she blindsided me. And yeah, it didn't, like, if I had done what Jordan did to Jordan and took out Robin without telling Jordan would have felt extremely vulnerable. She wouldn't have wanted to work with Arliana or myself. And, like, that's exactly how I felt. Like, and that's exactly why I did not want to take out Robin during that round, because I did not want to affect my alliance with Jordan. But I guess the alliance only went one way because Jordan really didn't care for that alliance. Yeah, so the first crossroads, it was a blindside against Arliana. We played the second elimination. Lainey won again. We go into crossroads number 2. And I wanted everybody to know how I felt about Robin, because he needed to go. He needs to go. He is making all the right game moves, and most of what has happened during almost all the vote outs have been according to what Robin wants and what Robin executed. And this is also why I think the move against Arliana was too early, because Robin and Danielle exposed their alliance to themselves, to everybody, I mean. Everybody knew that Robin and Jordan were working together. It was obvious. But when they did the move that they did against Arliana, they exposed how strong that bond was. And I used that to my advantage. I've been talking ever since the rendezvous. I've made it known that I think Robin is a huge threat, especially to Trent, and I feel like that was one of the reasons Trent voted for Robin during that Michael vote, which put Robin in which, according to Robin, made him think that it was one of us. And I mean, if that was planned by Trent, it was well executed, and good on him for doing what he did, because, I mean, look at where we're now. But for the second crossroads, I knew I had Danielle, because Danielle and we were left at the bottom, and we were working together from the beginning regardless. So I would have never voted out Danielle, and Danielle would have never voted out me. That was well established. And see, that was the thing that not everybody knew either. I don't think anybody knew how strong Danielle and my alliance was. And I tried to pull in Carl, Lainey, and Trent to take out Robin. And we were so close to executing that plan, and I wish we had executed that plan, but I think there was sadly a lost in communication between the Shira tribe into Crossroads, where Carl tried to drop some hints, and unfortunately Trent nor Lainey picked up on it and voted for Robin. It's unfortunate, because Danielle really was not a threat. If they really wanted to take out Danielle, they could have taken her out at any point. Would I have wanted to take Danielle out? No, because Danielle would have never voted for me out. So we failed to take out Robin in Crossroads 2, and sadly, my second closest ally, Danielle, got voted out. And now I'm left with absolutely no one. And then we go into the elimination, and I lose, which is fine. Because the only person I did not want winning was Robin, and he did not win. And thank goodness for that. And I was worried, because I knew Robin and Jordan, their only choice was to vote me out, even though it wasn't their only choice. But that's who they were going. And so much for Jordan saying that she would never write my name down. It's like, I would have never done that to Jordan. The alliance that I made on day 0 with Arliana, Jordan, and myself, and Danielle and myself, were the 4 people that I wanted to work with till the very end. And then when it got to the final 4, I just wanted to, whoever got out, and whoever made it to final 3 made it. It wasn't, there was no question about us 4 working. I wanted us 4 to work together till the end, and I was never going to write their name down, because they were my alliance. And Jordan tries to feed me this bullshit after we play the elimination. She's like, and we go before our third crossover, and she's like, I'm never gonna write your name down. She still writes my name down, which is whatever. I mean, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But what they fail to realize is that I have a social game, and I can talk game and strategy with people where it makes sense, and
And that's exactly what happened in the third crossroads. I made it clear that I was going to vote out Robin. So then it just came down to Carl, Trent, and Lainey to vote out Robin, and we get out Robin. Or they could vote with Robin and Ariana and take me out. And like I said, I have a social game. Lainey and Carl obviously did not want me to go. During the third crossroads, Robin had a compass, which he played correctly on himself. All the votes casted against him did not count. After that compass was played, Carl reached out to Lainey and was like, "Hey, Lainey, you should vote. You should use that compass on Sneha," and that's what Lainey did. And then with one vote to evict, Jordan was evicted. And this is what I mean by not realizing that you need more than just one person as your ally. And yeah, that's basically what shot Jordan in the foot. Jordan was so tight with Robin, and Robin was such a huge threat that she got caught in the crossfire. I never wrote her name down. I never told anybody. I told people to vote out Robin, and that was my plan, was Robin. And if Carl, Trent, and Lainey didn't split the vote for Robin and Jordan, we would have probably gone into a revote against against Jordan and Trent. So yeah, thankfully, I'm still here. I made it through that third crossroads, and thank you to Carl and Lainey, and I appreciate them so much for keeping me safe. But now we're at final 5, and I'm looking ahead to final 4 and then eventually final 3. Obviously, I want to get to final 3 and win. That is obviously my plan. But to get there, I can't sit in the final 4 with 3 original Shira members and myself, because at that point there's an obvious vote, and my chances of winning sitting against them is pretty slim. So as hard as I've been gunning against Robin cannot win this immunity. That cannot happen, because if Robin wins, I'm screwed. Yeah, Robin cannot win. If I win, that would be great. And if I win, I still do not want Robin to go. Which is why I need to work on Trent tonight to sort of persuade him into seeing how strong of a bond Carl and Lainey have, and how I don't think he knew that Lainey had a compass and Carl did, and they executed that plan perfectly without. I don't think Trent was completely involved in that plan. So yeah, I need to work on on Trent tonight to let him know that I'm 100% not writing his name down. It's funny because I wanted Trent and Robin gone before final 5, before final 4, and before final 3. But now that we're at the position that we're at, I don't want to sit in the final 4 with 3 Shira people, and Robin should probably understand that he doesn't want to sit in the final 4 with 3 Shira people either. So while I don't want to work with Robin, I would like Robin
to not vote against me this round. And I'm going to pitch to him to vote against Carl or Lainey, because every duo alliance has been taken out. Danielle was my duo alliance, and Danielle was taken out. Jordan and Robin were a duo alliance, and Jordan was taken out. Now who's remaining are Carl and Lainey, and one of them need to go. And I need Trent to see that and realize that and see that his game is great, but he needs to he can't sit against those two in a final. So a lot of pressure to win the first elimination today. And then a lot of pressure to also talk game today. And, well, none of the plans that I've wanted to happen so far have happened. So I'm going into today not with a plan. My only plan today is to tell Trent that his name is not being written down by me at all. And that I would love for him and I to get to the final 3. And that keeping Robin around one more round would be smarter than keeping both Lainey and Carl around, because those two are not voting against each other. So if we keep Robin around, he has already such a huge target that if he doesn't win that final 4, he should be automatically the vote out. That's my plan. Let's see if I'll be able to execute it. It'll take a lot of effort, it will take a lot of work, and it will take having to work with Robin again. Which, I don't know. We'll need to see. Because everybody left in the game is a heavy hitter. We have Lainey, who's won 2 eliminations, has won a compass, used her compass correctly, have made big moves to take out Ariana and Jordan. So that's Lainey's resume. Phenomenal game. Then we have Carl, social player. He hasn't, nobody in the jury dislikes him. Everybody likes him. He got out Ariana, which was a fantastic game move. He and Lainey worked together to use that compass on me and take out Jordan. Another game move. Like, Carl also has and he's also won eliminations. So, Carl also, huge threat. Then we have Trent. I call him the silent killer. He is quiet but deadly. And what I have enjoyed so much about working with Trent is that it's not like I've ever known where his head is at, but he is never, he understands this game, and he doesn't, he values the input that people give him about what's happening in this game and about who everybody thinks is like this are the strongest people. So Trent also has a really good game. It's just, I don't know if the jury sees that yet, but they should. I mean, like, that man voted out, he didn't vote out, but he threw that vote against Robin, which got Robin to turn on his own alliance. Fantastic game move. If that was planned or unplanned, it worked out really well. He's also been part of the Jordan vote out. So, like, again, fantastic game move. And I'm sure when he was part of the Shira tribe party, he was making excellent game moves there too. So Trent is a heavy hitter. And then we have Robin, who from starting with the abduction from Kibo into Shira and saving Lainey, voting out Jon Snow. That's when his resume started. He saved Lainey or Arliana, and because we needed her, and we knew that nobody could work with Jon Snow, so he pulled through and gave up his exemption and voted out Arliana, or sorry, saved Arliana. So that was move number one. Then he flipped and voted out Arliana, which is move number two. Then he survived a crossroad and took out Danielle, who is not a huge threat, but still another game move. Then he used the compass correctly on himself. What I think he screwed up with that move was failing to realize that I could have created a bond with people that they would want to actually save me and not see me go. And if they had realized that, I feel like they should have voted for either Lainey or Trent to go out, and then Jordan would have been saved. But that move backfired on them. Yeah, so Robin also has a great resume. So every single person left is a heavy hitter. And when you stack up my accomplishments, my failed accomplishments, against theirs, it seems like I don't have a strong game. But people forget that a social game has to do with this game too. And aside from Carl, I think I have one of the best social games. I got a party, the opposing party, to use their compass on me because they knew that Jordan and Robin were working well together, and that had to do with me telling them like how close their bond is, and me talking strategy with them, me talking game with them. I still need to win. I still need to win the first elimination, though, just so that I can be completely safe and at least have some bit of power to vote out the correct person, which I don't know if it should be Lainey or Carl at this point. And it sucks saying that because they just saved me last round. But they're both playing phenomenal games. And it worries me having to think about sitting at a Final Four with 3 original members from Shira. And Robin shouldn't want that either. Yeah, so hopefully I can pull a win out today. If not, hopefully I can talk some game. And hopefully I can talk enough game that no votes come to me today. Wouldn't that be nice? We'll see. Regardless, the season has been super exciting and super fun, and I'm looking forward to watching it back when it airs. I really want to see how some of the other chat rooms have been going. So, yeah, I'm excited. Nervous? This is the most nervous I've been this entire game. I've been sitting so well up until now. It's all because of Robin. Screw you, Robin. Not actually though, because you've played. You've been playing a fantastic game, and I can't fault you for a good game move. But I can fault you for putting me at this position. Yeah. Wish me luck.